Straight ahead on Urban Street.
Athletes Against Drugs is a nonprofit organization of athletes and community and corporate leaders whose mission is to help youth build clean bodies and strong minds through healthy activities, education, and public awareness programs.
Plus, Chuck D makes the rounds with his brand new book on the shelf, Fight the Power. All this and more up next on Urban Street.
From Chicago Network Television News, this is Urban Street with Ty Wansley, Richard Steele, and the Urban Street News team.
Hello and welcome to Urban Street. Our up-close interview with Public Enemy Group founder Chuck D in just a moment. Up first on Urban Street is part 2 of our series on African Americans in soaps. This week we continue with Young and the Restless star Christophe St. John. Christophe has been around the soap business for a while. His work includes co-starring with Vivica A. Fox on Daytime's first black-oriented drama, Generations, in the mid-'80s, before jumping over to the Young and the Restless.
One of the first gigs I did was an episode of That's My Mama, and people will remember that show with Ted Lange and Clifton Davis. Nothing like the rush from the audience that I felt. I was 7 years old, and that audience, when they introduced me and said, I'm playing the role of, I forget the character name, playing the role of such and such, Christophe St. John, and I walked out there, and man, this crowd was out there, and I felt like I was 10 feet tall. I was a midget, you know, 7 years old. Man, I felt bigger than big, and I'll never forget that rush, that feeling, that adrenaline, that hit. And I said, man, this is for me. It was nice being a kid actor. And I didn't get caught up like some of the kids that we hear about. I had my father there to ground me. You know, he took me by my hand and said, let's go, let's do this walk together. He gave up his thing to help me out. And I am forever grateful for that.
Charles, do we want to knock this out now or during the 5, or do you want to run, Shamar? What do you want to do? Why don't you guys run it?
African Americans on Daytime have definitely increased since I noticed the arrival of a show that I did called Generations. Sally Sussman, the creator and head writer of Generations, was also the head writer of Young and the Restless. That show opened the door for many more of us to come on with strong front-burning storylines. I jumped ship. On the last week of taping of Generations, I was asked to come over here to Young and the Restless. I was told it would be a reoccurring character. There'd be 4 shows. I said, cool. I didn't have to audition for it. I just kind of floated right in. By the end of my 2nd show, they wanted to sign me to a contract here. They saw the love, the chemistry that was going on between the characters of Drusilla and Neil. And I think the rest is history, more or less, for those 2 characters. I tend to believe that America is threatened, take that back, white America is threatened by black sexuality. And so seeing it on Daytime and seeing it work is a wonderful thing. And I saw it start happening on a lot of the different shows. Once it started happening here directly because of Generations, the other shows start pulling out their black storylines.
Christophe finds difficulty in approaching writers of daytime television on African American storylines for his and many characters on Daytime today.
I've been told that if it ain't on the page, it ain't on the stage. And I try to stick to that to a certain degree. We change some of our dialogue to reflect our culture, the lingo. My character, though, I think being a very articulate, well-spoken young man. Well, I used to be young. Now I'm starting to get old, so I do my best to give it my own flavor and to change certain words that I feel appropriate. Shamar Moore has been given free rein to basically pull whatever jargon he needs to out of his hat, out of his magical bag.
My brother Neil, it's funny. I have a lot of fun with Christoph. You know, Christoph who plays Neil, and I always say, man, you are a buster. It's like he just never knows anything. He's always happy-go-lucky. He just wants to have kids and just have his wife at home, and you know. And it's funny because Christoph's nothing like that, and so he's got fans losing their mind. He's a chauvinist. He's old-fashioned. He need to be smacked, you know. And it's just funny. We have a ball. Christoph's the man, and he's been real supportive of me. I mean, especially in my whole emergence onto the scene. I mean, because when I first got here, I was a nervous wreck. I was as green as they come, and he took me by the hand, by the shoulder, gave me that pat on the back and said, brother, you're going to be all right. Just believe in yourself, and we in this together.
We've come a long way, but we got a long way to go. You know, in my 6, almost 7 years here, I've done maybe half a dozen love scenes. Now, you know we get busy. 7 years? No. But it's been tastefully done. And, you know, and the one thing that I do respect is the fact that this family is dignified. He's a hardworking, successful businessman, something that you don't get to see on television that much. A positive role model.
It's time for the Coronet Showdown. This is a new brand name refrigerator. It comes with a guarantee and costs about $600. This is a brand name reconditioned refrigerator from Coronet. It comes with a guarantee and costs $375. When you want to spend your money wisely, your best bet is Coronet. Call 643-8800 for the store nearest you. Ask about our Coronet special, electric ranges for $99.
Come get the biggest savings on the south side at the 115th and Halsted Mall. Save on brand names like Lux, Fubu, Kanai, Mecca, and more. All your favorite sports jerseys and baseball caps are at the 115th and Halsted Mall. You can also find the coolest dress wear and the finest jewelry. Don't forget, there's also a Foot Locker for you to get the latest footwear. Come on out and get discount prices on the brand names you want at the 115th and Halsted Mall, right next to the Jewel Osco.
"13 years ago, noted entrepreneur Stedman Graham founded an organization called Athletes Against Drugs. And at a recent celebrity golf outing in suburban Chicago, he brought together superstars of athletics from yesteryear with their modern-day contemporaries to raise thousands of dollars for this worthwhile cause. Athletes Against Drugs is a nonprofit organization of athletes, community, and corporate leaders whose mission is to help youth build clean bodies and strong minds through healthy activities, education, and public awareness programs.
You know, I don't like to set myself up as a role model or anything like that. What I'm trying to do is the best I can do based on what other people have given me. You know, and I ask that from each and every one of the people involved and persons involved with Athletes Against Drugs, is that each of us brings something different. None of us are perfect. My life is not perfect. Maybe yours is. But the fact of the matter is what we're trying to do is everybody bring what they can bring to the table, you see. And what we're trying to do is support our young people and make sure that they make it and let us be the bridge from which they cross over on.
Legendary Calvin Pete. Mr. Pete, why is it important for you, personally and professionally, to take part in events like this?
Well, mainly because it's for kids, and that's the future of our country. I was unfortunately growing up in Detroit, and I did not have these kind of heroes that's coming here spending their time, their valuable time, you know, to participate in such an event to try to raise money for kids. But I did have a hero, Joe Louis, And I said to myself when I stood in that line for 2 hours trying to get an autographed picture, I said, one day I'm going to try to grow up to be like Joe Louis. Naturally, I didn't aspire to be a heavyweight champion, but I feel in my own right that I am a champion, you know, because this is basically what it's all about. And my father told me, he said, son, no matter what you may gain for yourself, your greatest rewards are going to come from when you're giving back. And this is my way of giving back.
Stormin' Norman Van Leer, the legendary. Why is it important for you to take part in events like this?
Well, it's a no-brainer. It's to help the young people get an understanding, or at least give them some type of information, awareness about the abuse and use of drugs, and hope that someone will be there for them. And I think Stedman and the whole organization is doing an outstanding job, and that's why I'm here. I've been part of that myself, leaving ball, and the abuse, the painkillers, and everything else. So I had to touch on what it could be like out there, and it can be very destructive. And I'm just glad to be part of it.
Why is it important for someone such as you? Your time is valuable. Everybody wants a piece of you. Why is it important for you to take part in things like Athletes Against Drugs?
Well, I just believe in it. I love Stedman Graham. I believe in the cause. I believe in helping children. I think most athletes, we all look forward to giving back and helping children and trying to help their lives and just developing self-esteem and the self-concept. And I just love this program, and I'm very happy to be the spokesperson for it. I'm going to be raising money for the organization, and I'm just happy to be with all my contemporaries in sports and just helping the kids and giving back to the community.
I've had some people assist me and do some wonderful things for me in my life, and it's incumbent upon myself to give back in that same feeling, because I've been fortunate, blessed, and lucky, and it's time to possibly affect someone else's life that way. So this is just a small little thing that I can do. It's nothing out of my life, and we have fun, and it benefits some people.
A wide range of celebrity memorabilia enticed participants to bid thousands of dollars for AAD.
I'm a proud father of 6 children and a husband of the same wife for 36 years, and I believe in everything that Stedman is doing with this. It shouldn't just be Athletes Against Drugs. It should be athletes, actors, others, all people against drugs, because the future of our world is dependent upon their children. And if we can't educate them and let them know that there's a lot of fun out there without having to stimulate themselves with drugs or kill themselves, is a better way of saying it, never mind stimulate, then that's what I'm here for. I want to give anything I can back to the community. I was born and raised in Chicago, so.
Excellent. What side of town?
Southwest side of town, right in the shadow of Comiskey Park.
We got a lot of people here who believe in the same thing. Strong business background, strong community background, strong leadership background. We're bringing those people together to say, okay, what do we need to do in order to be able to be the bridge to help our young people cross over on so they can have a quality of life.
Still to come, Chuck D's in town promoting his new book, Fight the Power, and later, Chicago's Gospel Fest.
40 years ago, one man had a vision, and a legacy was born. Motown 40, forever. 40 of the greatest Motown hits on 2 cassettes or 2 CDs. Unforgettable songs by legendary performers.
What's going on? What's going on? Very superstitious.
You've watched stars like Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson grow from young men to the greatest performers of all. 4 decades of music. To order, use your credit card and call the number on your screen. The sound of young America. Yesterday, today, and forever. Call now to order Motown 40 forever. Use your credit card and call the number on your screen, or send check or money order for 2 cassettes, $24.99, or 2 CDs, $29.99, plus shipping and handling. Rush delivery available. Call now.